Hi, I'm Bill from CJ Pony Parts. I'm here with Alex and his 2015 Mustang GT. Now, you might recognize this car. We've done some videos in the past, including the Anderson deck lid panel we recently installed. Well, today we're going to add some more carbon fiber by installing this custom rear valance. Now, tell us why you chose this particular piece.
Well, Bill, I chose this piece to add a little bit more of an aggressive look to the rear and to complement the carbon fiber trunk panel.
Got to finish off that carbon fiber look, so to speak.
That's correct.
This panel will be a direct replacement for the factory panel on your premium Mustang. It does require a little bit of cutting, but we're going to show you that in the installation. Like all of Anderson's pieces, this is made of real carbon fiber with a high gloss finish, so it'll be a direct replacement for the factory rear valance on your 2015 through 2017 premium Mustang with the plastic two-piece rear bumper. This is going to add a much more aggressive look to the back with the added diffusers, plus it has larger splitters on the side, and it actually frames the exhaust opening for a custom look. For this installation, you'll need a lift or a jack and jack stands, 1/4-inch ratchet, 7mm socket, 10mm socket, a short extension, 7mm wrench, panel removal tool, flathead screwdriver, small knife, marker, air saw or cutting tool Dremel, and safety glasses. The installation is going to require us to remove the rear bumper, so we're going to start up here in the trunk by taking the taillights off. To do that, this rear panel comes out first. To remove this panel, we're going to remove these 4 finger screws here. There's one top, one bottom. We're sort of going to pull out and up on the panel. We're now moving to the taillights. We're going to pop this clip off here. That'll allow us more access down here to the plugs and the screws. Start by unplugging the taillight. Start with these two here. Now you push the harness through and carefully remove the taillight. Okay, with the taillights out, now we're going to move underneath the car. All right, so under the car, we're going to start in the middle by removing these 2 screws. We're going to move on both sides, remove these 2 clips. Now we're going to move to the wheel wells. Some hardware we have to remove to get the sides of the bumper cover off. We're going to start by removing these 2 push pins here for a little more access. With the splash shield back, there's going to be 2 screws. Ours is actually missing one, but should be one here and one up top. And the last screw is right here at the top. Repeat the process on the other side. Now we can take the bumper itself off. Now this is definitely a 2-man job. Have someone grab the other side. All it's holding on is clips. So you'll start in the wheel well and just pull the bumper out and the clips will all pop. You want to just pull it off just a little bit so you can reach the wiring harness right here. Disconnect and remove the bumper. All right, now you want to put the bumper up on a table, put something soft underneath it so you don't damage the paint. We have to remove this support inside here, along with the wiring, lighting, and this, before we can work on removing the rear valance. Start with the reverse light. Unplug the markers and slide these clips off. Same with the tag lights. Now we're going to want to separate these little push pin clips. Separates the support from the bumper. The bumper support's held on by these little clips. I like to use a knife to get in there, kind of to separate them. Once you get one, the rest usually come out pretty easily. If they get stuck though, just use a little knife. Put that aside. With that off, now we're going to remove our reverse light. This will usually be 7mm screws. Now we can work on separating the valance from the bumper. There's going to be 6 of these screws, 3 on each side. The only holding our valance on now are going to be these little clips. Basically what you do is sort of push against it and push down. Now you can use a knife if you have to, but a lot of times you can do these by hand. I remove the factory valance. From our valance here, we're going to need the reflectors and these metal clips. Reflector, actually should be a little nut on there. Once you push that off, squeeze these, and you can pull them out. These, just use a small flathead screwdriver to push the clip up, then slide them off. All right, so now we're to the cutting, which isn't really that big of a deal. This piece here has to go away. What we're gonna do is right where this curve is, the base is gonna cut right through the center of the curve. And don't worry about being dead accurate. It really doesn't matter as long as this bottom section goes away. We're going to install the reflectors first. They are side specific. Make sure you get the correct side. And put it into place and install the hardware on the back. We're going to install all 6 of these J-clips on here. Now you saw we did have to grind those down a little bit. You may or may not have to. Got to make sure these seat so the clip's in place and the hole is in the center. We're ready to install our valance to our bumper now that everything's modified and ready to go. Now what's going to happen, these metal tabs are going to go in the holes where the factory plastic clips were, and they're going to bend the tabs to hold it in place. Definitely an extra set of hands will come in handy here because you got to line everything up as you install it. And now what we're going to do is install the 6 factory screws on the sides here, kind of get everything lined up before we bend any of the tabs. We just installed our reverse light here. The factory hardware will not work. All you get are some tabs from Anderson, so you'll need some nuts and bolts, and just put it on there and then tighten them down. Now we're going to bend the tabs to attach our valance to our bumper. What you want to do is sort of push down on it. I'm going to bend them over. All right, now we're going to reinstall our bumper support. The factory clips are still there that it went onto. To line it up and pop it in place. Okay, now we're going to start reconnecting everything. Start plugging in the, we'll start with our license plate lights here. And then it's ready to go on the car. All right, now we're going to grab the bumper with the newly attached valance, put it back on the car. Just be careful, it is going to go over your exhaust tips now. Make sure before you put it in, you plug everything back in. All right, now we're back in the wheel well. We're going to start with the upper screw here. There's a little 2 screws in here, one in here, one in here. Make sure this black plastic piece is behind the bumper piece. If you have to, just flip it around. Now we'll reinstall the push pins we took out earlier. All right, now down here in the edges under the wheel wells, we're going to reinstall our push pins we took out earlier. Now underneath the car, there's a factory bracket that goes here, but it kind of sits underneath this. It doesn't do much for support because you can't actually attach it like you would the original, so we removed that. There's also 2 other pieces over here on the sides. If you want to drill holes in the carbon fiber, you can use the factory bracket, but as it is in our case, it's pretty tight, so we're going to leave it alone. We'll reinstall the nuts. And don't forget to plug the light in. Let me put this back into place. And reinstall the push pin. Do the same thing with the driver's side. The taillight's in, now we can replace the rear trunk panel. Double check everything is tight and your installation's finished. Our Anderson Composites carbon fiber diffuser is installed. Installation wasn't too bad. It is a bit time consuming, but not that hard to do. But what do you think? Is that the look you were going for?
I love the look. It adds a nice aggressive look to the rear and it complements the carbon fiber trunk panel. And
think maybe a little spoiler in the future might finish off the look?
Maybe a little GT350 spoiler from them will complete the look.
And the installation, like I said, it is a bit time consuming. I'd say give yourself about 3 hours, maybe 4 hours tops. We'll be back on the road in no time.